So, if you don't know what Disventure Camp is, even though I've talked about it like couple of times on this channel, it's an animated reality show that's based off, well, I guess, inspired by a total drama. I mean, just look at it. And it's been around since 2021, so almost 5 years, which is a bit insane to think about. With it being 5 seasons deep. Like, that's crazy to me. Because if you think about it, well, technically they made 7 seasons, but like the two others, they're beta seasons, so they don't count. So in order, it would go beta season 1, then beta season 2, then remastered season 1, then All Stars, then Carnival of Chaos, and then season 2 remake, and then finally now we're on season 5. So yeah, it's a bit crazy to think about, but yeah. They even made spin-offs of the show. They actually have a website now they could check out and then just, learn about the content and watch it there. But they made Tom and Drake season 1, 2, and even staff stories. Like, it's kind of big. Like, compared to other Total Drama fan-made projects, I'm pretty sure Disventure Camp, made by Odd Nations, is the biggest. But throughout the internet, well, okay, to be honest, I don't know. See this video, I was going to split it up into 2, maybe 3 parts of apps, but I don't know. If I were to quickly explain it, on YouTube, it's, I think, well received, you could say. I mean, we all view it on YouTube, so, I guess it is. On Reddit, it's mixed. Well, in Disventure Camp itself, the subreddit, it's a little mixed, maybe. That's just how the characters are and people's opinions, which we'll get to that. On Twitter, it's also mixed, but more negative. We'll get to that too. And I would add TikTok, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't go on TikTok that much. Matter of fact, Disventure Camp doesn't even appear on my TikTok that much. But usually when I hear about it being mentioned, people just say it's kinda cringy, baity, well, with its thumbnails, aka the LGBTQ thumbnails. And just not their cup of tea. They just don't really like it as much as soul drama. That's usually what I see when I, go on TikTok and I release the Disventure Camp. But without it all the way, I wanted to talk about the toxicity of Disventure Camp. Now, I somewhat talked about this already before, a few months ago, when Logan won Disventure Camp. Basically, in that video, I explained how Logan won, and some people were happy, and then a lot of people, like 80% of the fan base, was mad. Specifically on Twitter, they were giving death threats, saying that Odd Nation cartoons, or, Robert and Jared, were, well, racist because they didn't make Jade win, which doesn't really make much sense. But after I did that video, and then I kind of started to think about it a little bit more. I was like, Disventure Camp is kind of toxic for okay, to be honest, I say no reason, because, I don't know, some people just overreact about the simplest things. Just, I don't know why they just do. But I thought I'd talk about it in this video because, well, it seemed pretty interesting to talk about. So, without further ado, we can get started with Twitter. Twitter is the app I like the least, because, I don't know, people they don't agree with your opinions. Sometimes they do. You can find a level-headed person on there, but at other times, they block you for no reason. So, I'll just share some examples that I've had on Twitter. It's probably why I don't really comment on Twitter that much. I don't know, I just like to see how people go crazy on Twitter. So, for example, one time someone blocked me because I said Logan played better than Jade. So is that really toxic? Maybe not really. But I don't know, maybe just a little bit somewhat. But I only really said that because, well, if you think about it, Logan only had 2 votes cast towards him, tied with Hannah. Jade, on the other hand, she had more than 2. I don't remember how much she had exactly, but I'm pretty sure she was voted in at least 2 or more ceremonies. Meaning she was voted more than Logan. That's why I said Logan played better, which, it is technically true. Another time, someone said that my Twitter followers being so low made my points invalid. So for reference, I have less than 10 followers on Twitter, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't really pay attention to my profile. But they said they were invalid. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what we were talking about. Like, It says that 2 characters deserve to win. I think I disagreed, but I don't remember who those 2 characters were specifically. Like, I don't know, maybe it was Jade and Isabel, maybe? I'm saying maybe because I don't completely remember. But yeah, they kind of just kept on going on, so yeah. But if you've ever seen that person in the Twitter community at Disventure Camp, then who knows, maybe you know that they're kind of toxic for no specific reason. And then there's tweets where people argue that, well, Jared and Robert, or just Odd Nations as a whole, is racist for letting Logan win over Jade, who's black. Yeah, that's exaggerated. I mean, I did talk about this in my other video, so I'll probably just link that. I mean, I do keep on talking about it, but yeah, it just doesn't really make much sense. Like, I don't know, it just comes off as toxic, kind of rude for no specific reason. But yeah, another person did argue that, well, you know, it's not that Jade losing is what makes them racist. It's a matter of the fact that Jade and Zayd having incomplete and wasted arcs. So, you know, Jade, I mean, I guess, maybe. Zayd, sure. All while giving white characters like Logan everything for nothing, which, I don't know, I just don't get it. Because, well, I mean, they said white characters, but they only gave Logan as an example. So, I mean, is that really the only example they have? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty strange. But overall, Twitter's just pretty toxic for no reason. I mean, I don't know. Have you heard stories of other people that go on Twitter? Like, I don't know. I hear about degenerates. Twitter, that's top of the list where they post the most. Well, that and Reddit, probably. Speaking of Reddit, that's our next topic, or next app that we're going to go over. Reddit, I'd say, is a little bit similar to Twitter. I mean, on Reddit, just upvotes and downvotes, which is strange because YouTube also has them. Don't know why, but okay. But on Reddit, I don't know. To be honest, when I think back to months ago, when you share your opinion on something that disagrees with maybe the OP or another comment, do you just get downvoted? Like, I don't know, people just can't really accept other opinions, which I don't know why. It's really weird on there. But usually this happens like when something's posted at first. So say something's posted for a day or two. You know, maybe you share your opinion that it's a little bit different from the other person, or maybe just the complete opposite, and you get downvoted. I don't really know why people do that, but they do. So the example I only really had, well, that was still actually there, is Rosa's redesign. So some people didn't like Rosa's redesign. Like, they didn't say it was terrible, but it says, you know, it's not their cup of tea. And people got downvoted for it for no reason. But this comment explains it perfectly. The fact that every comment that called a redesign bad got downvoted to oblivion really reinforces the idea that 2 opinions existing in the sub, the right one and the wrong one. Like, y'all can't really handle others having different opinions, can't y'all? And it is true, because even that comment was downvoted. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it's a little bit toxic, because it's only in how people view downvotes. So usually when you get downvoted, it's only because, well, if you're on Reddit, it's only because the thing you commented or the post you posted doesn't really relate to a sub and it's kind of irrelevant. So that's usually why. But usually people now, they treat downvotes as disagreeing and agreeing with somebody. That's usually what they're used for. And Disventure Camp really uses it to disagree with people and agree. So yeah, you can see why I added it and included it in this video. But that's usually how Reddit goes. So, I mean, I guess it's not the worst in the world. Like, just think about it like this. If you don't really care about being downvoted, then yeah, maybe it's not really that toxic, or maybe you don't view it as that toxic. But if you do care about your upvotes and karma score, and I guess don't like being downvoted, then sure, it's toxic. And then it brings us back to YouTube. So YouTube, I actually only had a Leech game to talk about, because, okay, gotta be honest, I didn't really feel like going to this Adventure Camp videos and just skimming through the comments and saying, oh, that one seems pretty toxic. I didn't really feel like doing that, because, well, to be honest, that wouldn't really be that interesting. So, I'm just gonna talk about Leech Gang themselves. So, if you don't know who Leech Gang is, they're basically a Disventure Camp YouTuber. Well, most of their videos talk about Disventure Camp. And I'm gonna be honest, before I was making this video, the last time I watched them was in 8th grade. 8th grade. I'm in 11th grade now. That's insane. But I want to talk about her because, well, she's the biggest Disventure Camp YouTuber, well, that talks about it, besides from Audition themselves. Now, to be honest, if you don't know why they're so big, it's only really cause, well, from what I see, there were a few reviewers that didn't just blindly praise Odd Nation, because I guess how most people viewed Odd Nation, they're like, whoa, Odd Nation? This new channel is making these Total Drama lookalike seasons? And they're so high quality with voice actors? But then Leech Gang actually gave criticism to him. So that's why she, was viewed mostly, or why she gained the most views. Basically, in their latest video called Disventure Camp Fans vs. Favorites Has Already Lost Me, it's just extremely toxic. Okay. Extremely toxic, but kind of just rude for no reason. A little bit exaggerative. I don't know if that's a word. I probably just made that up. But it has some exaggerations in it. Like, the pacing was atrocious. What? I mean, I don't think it is. I know why some people say it. So, if you ever watched that first episode, I hope you did. Basically, there's like 24 people in the cast. So, it's a little bit too big. So the pacing had to be, just a little bit rushed, but I didn't mind that because, it was kind of expected. But it's just an exaggeration. While I was watching the video, it just seemed like it was overly negative because, to be honest, that's what their content is mostly now, because before it was, they criticized it well, gave some positives, gave some negatives, and then now it's just mostly negatives now. Like, kind of hard to follow. Like, I don't know. That's mostly why I kind of find them a little bit overrated as a reviewer. Like, this isn't really a toxic part, but while I was watching the video, so I guess the rest of this video might be a review on their video now. Anyways, while I was watching it, they said they didn't like how, some characters acted like they already knew each other, which, to be honest, I don't know. I know I've heard some people say that on Reddit and stuff, but to be honest, I feel like it kind of makes sense. I think it's probably because when I was in, like, high school, I'm still in high school, in 9th grade, when everybody was new to the school, some people already seem to know each other, even though they didn't know each other. It's just easy for people to make friends, so, to be honest, I didn't really think it was unlikely for people to do that. Other times, they say they're bothered by how Alec and Fury already know the DC4 attorneys in their game, which, it makes sense for them to know it. They're returning. Of course they did. I would imagine that the DC contestants watch DC even after, they were eliminated and out of it. Obviously, when they go back to the motel or that other island in DC4, I don't remember the name. So, it makes sense. I don't know. Sometimes the complaints are, like, toxic, and then other times they don't really make much sense, because, well, the ones they give out, just like the one I said, it makes sense for, Alec and Fury in their game. Sure, they didn't interact, but, like, it's only the first episode. There's still, like, 24 more? I don't remember how many episodes there is. I think it's the same as DC4, which is 25, I think there was. So, yeah, there's still more of those. And plus, Alec and Fury, one of them might be eliminated soon. It would make sense. Most likely being Alec. Overall, when I was watching the video, to be honest, it seemed a little bit overly negative. Like, I don't know. Episode just came out. it was only one episode. Still 24 more to go, I think. I'm hoping. I don't remember how many episodes there is. I'm gonna have to search it up later. But, yeah, I don't know. They were the only person I wanted to talk about for this entry because, wow, they're the biggest I could think of. There's literally no other Disventure Camp YouTuber I could think of that actually, reviews Disventure Camp. So, yeah. And to be honest, I kind of wanted to see what other people's opinions on her was. Now, obviously, I couldn't just go to her comments and just see what other opinions are because, of course, most of them were gonna agree with her. Because, I don't know, it's like nowadays when you kind of follow someone you like, you kind of just blindly agree with everything they say or do. It's a bit strange, but I don't know, it's just something I see more. And that's the same case for Leech Gang. But Reddit, I've seen that people actually don't like her that much. Well, not anymore, because, well, like I said, she's just overly negative about a show she seemingly doesn't even like. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it pays the bills. Maybe that's the only reason. But, yeah. And I finally found this image pretty funny, which was, you know, the Family Guy one. Because, I mean, pretty accurate, but that'll probably close out this video. I think that's all I want to talk about with the Disventure Camp community and all of its toxicity. But yeah, that would be the end of my video. I mean, I basically talked about everything I want to talk about, and to be honest, yeah, I think this is where I end the video, so thanks for watching.